Hi, it's Christian, founder at carrottool.com. We are the CCIE leaders, and today I'm going to talk to you about someone who decided to write a comment, and he wrote this comment, basically. He wrote, well, it's useless that you get the CCIE because at the end you won't get any job, because when you try to get a job, you'll need 3-5 years experience. Silence. I mean, I want to know who are these people, what they believe, I would like to talk to this guy. No, honestly, I don't want to talk to this guy because I will lose my time. But I mean, have you ever heard about a CCIE engineer unemployed? Sorry. Well, me neither. Because the thing is that this is really a false belief. And you really need to realize this. And I want to know also why they say 3-5 years. Like this, eh? They don't say 2 years, 1 year. No, they say between 3 and 5 years experience. But who said that? Who said that? I mean, when you go to a job center, who do you think you find in the job center? You find CCIE engineers looking for any kind of job? Or you are going to find probably people like this, they talk like rubbish like this, and they say to do the CCIE is totally useless because after you need anyway 3-5 years experience. Guys, this is rubbish. I don't know who told you this, but this is rubbish. Or, if we want to be more precise, this is something that arrives because people don't understand what's going on. People don't understand. Again, I've never heard in my life about a CCIE guy unemployed, personally. I mean, if he's unemployed, it's because he doesn't work. He doesn't want to work because maybe he's studying for another CCIE and he spent 1 year without working because he can afford it. And then when he go back, he asks 15,000 or 20,000 per year. But a CCIE engineer that doesn't find a work, well, sorry, I don't know it, you don't know it, nobody knows it. This is the truth. So, but for me, it's not enough. Because when I hear rubbish, like this rubbish, and I keep hearing this over and over and over and over and over again, I want to understand. So the only explanation is that someone received this as a feedback. So let's make an example. You read, I don't know, website where they offer positions, where they offer jobs. Can be Read, can be Total Jobs, can be jobs of, I don't know, a standard website where they advertise the positions, they open the vacancies. And you read this. I want a CCIE, but I want 3-5 years experience. Okay, this is possible. Well, but you just said that, no, this is a job request. This is a vacancy, and the employer write that they want a person with the CCIE and 3-5 years experience. So what? This doesn't mean that if you don't have experience, you don't have a job. This means that this specific vacancy here is for people who have 3-5 years experience. And I want to go further on this. This means that when you have 3-5 years experience, you can apply for this position. This doesn't mean that all the positions require 3-5 years experience. Means that this position specifically. But wait a moment. Personally, when I started my career, I didn't have any experience at all, like everybody, because no one when they start have experience. Only, sorry, a stupid person believes that someone starts with experience because, sorry, he's a stupid person because no one has experience when they start. I didn't have, nobody had. You don't have, you won't have if you start. And if I, when I was in the process of applying for the positions, if I saw a position like this, I would send my application. You say, what? But you don't have experience. I don't care. Who cares? I send my application. This is not my opinion. I can't think that I know what these people want. These people write, they want this certification and 3-5 years experience. I send my application. Why? Well, because I want to see if they read it, if they consider it, and if they call me for an interview. Do you know how many times I sent my CV for a position like this when I was still working corporate? And I got a call and I received as an answer, well, sorry, this position, no, because you are not qualified enough. However, I have another, guys, this happened. But once again, if you start saying you need experience, therefore I don't even do the application, you won't receive any feedback from this. And the reality, the truth is that people don't arrive at CCIE level, don't study CCIE, they don't reach the level they should. Why? Because they invent excuses like this. Experience is one of the biggest excuses ever for everybody. Think about it. It's a fantastic excuse. Think about it. What about these people who say you need experience? Or they come and say, yeah, you're right, you don't need experience. Like, it's obvious that you need experience. It's rubbish, it's not obvious. Think about it carefully. Your brain, your mind says, I have to study CCIE, okay? I have to study CCIE. This is my goal, CCIE. CCIE is a long journey, everyone knows. It's not something that you can learn in a couple of weeks. In our program, that is considered impossible, but works perfectly, is the only one who works really perfectly. We take everyone from 0 to CCIE in 52 weeks. So you study 1 hour per day, 5 days a week, so means 5 hours per week. And you arrive at CCIE level in 52 weeks. So it's not overnight. Takes time, takes 1 year. But if you say, well, 52 weeks, better I don't do it. Why? Because at the end of the day, you'll need experience. Well, you found a perfect excuse to not do the work. And now I want to give you all the objections I hear that I don't even consider objections. I consider excuses, and that's why I want to talk to everyone individually before accepting them into the course. Because people like to invent excuses to not change. Majority of people want to stay where they are. This is the truth. Because changing is not something funny. Changing means you need to take control, you need to take responsibilities, and when people want to stay where they are, they just say, well, but this is out of my control. I'm sorry, there's nothing out of your control. Everything is like you design it. Every decision you make, it's your decision. There's nothing out of your control. Sorry. So when you say, I don't do the CCIE because anyway they will ask for experience, the reality is that you don't do the CCIE. Whilst they will ask for experience, it's just your opinion based on nothing and it's totally rubbish. But you need to justify yourself for not doing it. And I know that some people will be angry at this point. In particular, those people, because unfortunately we have these people, we hear talking these people, and they are those people, they didn't arrive to CCIE because they are unable to arrive at CCIE. They are very angry for that. And they arrived at CCNA, maximum CCNP level. But they arrived there in a way that they know how they arrived there. So they don't have solid foundation, they don't know what they're doing. They're unable to answer a basic question. And these people try to make a shift in their career because they're doing other jobs and they would like to start working in IT and they would like to work in networking because they studied for some time these disciplines and they don't find a job. And for me, it's totally normal that they don't find a job, and there's nothing to do with this rubbish of the experience. It's because they don't have foundations. And I keep repeating all the time to everybody, you can't expect a company to hire you if you don't have solid foundation, if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to do the work, if you don't know how to solve the problem of the company. You can't expect the company to hire you. And this is not related with experience at all. And if you don't believe me, I make you an example. Two examples. Let's make the first example. One of these guys, let's say, guy that has CCNA and has, let's say, a job interview. They call him for a CCNA position. And they say to him, okay, talk to me about MST. MST, simple like that. And this guy doesn't even know what MST is, because we know that there are people, they pass the CCNA in ways that it's totally ridiculous just for having the certificate. Guys, the certificate is only for getting a job interview. What you need is solid foundation. This is why we insist so much. You really need to know your stuff very well. If they ask you MST, you need to know what MST is. If you don't know it, well, sorry, they prefer another candidate. And you go out from the interview and you know what you say? You need experience because you don't have experience, so they don't hire you. No. The truth is that if they called you for that job interview, it's because they wanted to hire you. Otherwise, they didn't call you. When they select you for a real interview, for a physical interview, they want to meet you, is because they believe that you have the skills to do the job. But they want to verify. If you're not able to answer a question like this, they say, sorry, but you are not qualified. And they don't tell you like this. They will talk to the agency and they will say, please send me someone with experience. And the agency will learn the lesson and it will say, okay, next time I will say 3-5 years experience in the application so that this guy doesn't apply. But the thing is that the experience here doesn't matter at all. If you are able to answer, you give them a perfect answer here, you get the job. And now, if you don't believe me, I give you another example that's even more clear than this. This one is the last example. When you understand this, you understand how ridiculous is this theory of the experience, because it's really rubbish. It's something that only a person that really has a small vision in life can believe. No one can believe this. But this example will prove you. So let's say that there is a person who has 5 years experience. No, let's say, come on, 6 years experience, proven. working at CCNA, CCNP level, and goes for a CCNA position, all right? So he's overqualified because he's a CCNA, CCNP for 7 years. Has a lot of experience, and this is proven experience, and goes to the same job interview. And this guy, during his experience, was doing a couple of things, basically. Was doing some VLAN configuration during 10 years or 8 years experience in his career, and was managing some switch, so he knew something about VLANs, and was managing partially some router, and they had only EIGRP there. And goes to the interview, and during the interview they say, okay, my first question, I'm very happy that you are here today, because last time we asked this question to a guy without experience. We are so happy, so glad that you have so much experience. So can you tell us, what is MST? And this guy doesn't know. And he will say, well, I don't know. However, I have 7 years experience. Okay. Do you think that he will get the job? Well, I'm sorry. They will call back the ladies of the agency, the same who wrote this, and he got this guy. And what's wrong this time? This guy had 7 years experience. Oh, yes, sorry. How can we explain to this person that we need someone who knows how to do the work? No, it's okay. Keep insisting with 3-5 years experience, and then send me another 3-4 people. And they wrote in the job application that they need to know this protocol, this. And these guys at the end is what you see in the job descriptions you see. All these things. This is exactly what happened. The companies don't care if you have experience or not. Simple. Because having experience doesn't mean that you're able to do the work. The companies have a problem. Otherwise, they don't hire you. The companies have a problem, and you are the person who can solve the problem for the company. The bigger the problem for the company is, the higher your salary will be. Plain and simple. That's why I recommend to do something at CCIE level, because when they have a problem at CCIE level, is a big problem. And your salary, your check at the end of the month will be big because the problem is big. And your job will be fun because you learn things every day. It's not boring. Sometimes can be a little bit stressful, but don't think that doing something that is considered easy is less stressful. It can be much more stressful. Why? Because they pay you a little money, they give you a lot of things to do that is not your responsibility, they treat you bad because they can replace you anytime. So that's not the correct way. You need to do something quite complicated, in this case CCIE, because you'll have a different reward. So the problem, again, as you can see, is this. And now I'm sure that someone will start saying, I know about MST, but MST is an example, guys. It's an example. It's an example because I remember I got this question during one of my interviews. I remember I was in Lausanne, in Switzerland. And this guy was from China, I believe. He asked me this question. Hello, talk to me about MST. So you see where people fail. On a question like this, there are people that, you can see candidates that don't even know what MST is. And they start, I have a CCNP, I have experience. Yeah, but what about MST? I'm sorry, but this is the reality. That's why I insist so much. You need solid foundation. You need to know your stuff. For a technical position, you need to know the details. You need to know how the protocols work. If they ask you to configure something, you have to show them how to configure. That's why I insist so much with my students, just go to CCIE level from the very beginning. In your mind has to be clear, just go at CCIE level. Why? Because when you arrive at CCIE level, it means that you know everything inside out. Because no one can get the CCIE digits if they don't know everything inside out. Because for passing that exam, you need to know everything inside out. And the beauty of this exam is that when you have those digits, you don't need to prove too much. I mean, you still have, because there are people, they had the CCIE, they got the CCIE maybe 10 years ago, and then they didn't develop themselves anymore, they stopped, and if they go to a job interview, they ask them a question like this, maybe they forgot, or they are not so well prepared to answer a question like this. But if you get the CCIE now and you go to the market wants only this, wants people just CCIE certified. You can see it. It's not me. I mean, just look what the market wants. And that's why the salaries are those salaries. You really need to understand this. So don't listen to people, they tell you, no, don't do it, just give up because you need experience. And even if you have the CCIE, no one will hire you because you don't have experience. This is totally rubbish. It's not true. It's not true. And you don't even need a CCIE to start your career. If you have solid foundation, even a CCNA, you can start a career. Our students with CCNA find jobs. They don't wait to arrive at CCIE level. I have so many examples. They find jobs, and then they continue studying towards CCNP and CCIE. Now, with the new program, almost everyone is inside the program. Because it's a system, you arrive at the end, you get your CCIE. But really, you don't need to arrive at CCIE to have a job. CCIE, of course, again, I don't know one single CCIE unemployed. I can tell you about, I don't know, there are lawyers unemployed. There are doctors unemployed. Not too many, but you have dentists unemployed. But not CCIE, sorry. Sorry. Because it's like this, because if you look honestly at our society in this exact moment, it's normal that a CCIE earn that money because they don't have enough. They don't have enough CCIE engineers available. And therefore, the salaries increase continuously. Because the only way the market has to ensure that a CCIE will work with them instead of another one is raising the salary. There's no other way. If everyone was CCIE, the salary will go down. Like, for example, the salary of a person who's making burgers. I know that I always do this example, but at least only one category will hate me because otherwise everyone will. And I don't have anything against people who make burgers. When I was young, I applied. When I was dishwasher, I remember I applied for making burgers. Then I found another job, but I applied also for making burgers. Because I didn't know how to do anything, and that was something that I could do. If they hire me, I don't remember why they didn't hire me. Maybe I applied in a place too far from where I was living. I was in London. And they said, no, why you apply here? You live there, apply close, because otherwise you lose too much time coming. No, they didn't say no. They didn't say, why here if you live there? Apply there. And then I found another job. But just to make an example, this is something that, yeah, everyone can make it. You arrive there, you go there, they give you the job. But after, you can't expect to earn an insane amount of money if you do burgers. If you make burgers, everyone can make it. You need to arrive at this level. You need to arrive at this level, and you need to change your life. When you arrive at this level, you take control of your life. You can get any job. And when you arrive at this level, your mind will work differently because you start thinking differently. You build confidence, self-confidence. You understand that you can study anything. You'll see that everything will change because you take full control of your life. This is the thing. You'll see a big shift in your life, and you'll believe in your mental faculties. And you never give up. You don't stop anymore. You want to know more. You want to do more, and you'll see that there is a constant reward for from the market. This is the thing. So you have two options here. Either you trust those people, they say to you, well, you know what? Don't do nothing. Give up, because anyway, you need experience. So if it's like this, why you should start? Why you should study? Why you should invest time and money to arrive at the end, get a certification, and then, no, I'm sorry, we don't hire people with a CCIE. We are only people with experience. But how people can believe this? This is not true. This is ridiculous. This seems like something like, I had to start this 10 years ago. But it's rubbish. 10 years ago, the market was desperately looking for CCIEs, but today they are looking for CCIE more desperately than 10 years ago. Because it's obvious that today, in 2021, everything is moving online. 20 years ago, there was something moving online. Now everything, even those commerce that you couldn't expect, they had to make the decision. Because after the pandemic, they realized that without the online, or at least the backup online, they were out of the market. This is absolutely obvious. And there are still people they don't understand. There are still people, the same people they tell you that you need experience, they still use the yellow pages for making the advertisement. Then you go, you ask, but do you use the yellow pages? And they answer, well, no. So why you make the advertisement with the yellow pages? Well, because everyone says that. Okay, but when you look for something, do you use the yellow pages? No, I don't know where the yellow page is. I don't know even if I have. I use the internet. Okay, but so why, when you make the advertisement, you make it on the yellow pages? Because everyone makes that. It's the same people who tells you that you need experience. Same. And if you find someone at a job center unemployed, are those people. Because they are not connected with the reality. They just read something or they hear something and they confirm their hypothesis just because other people like them repeat it. So for example, they come on our link and they say things like, oh, wow, you should wear a suit, first of all, because I should wear a suit. I am in Thailand, what suit? I'm in pre-retirement at the age of 48. I don't wear a suit. Honestly, I didn't wear a suit even when I was in Switzerland or in England. I just wear a suit when I had to go to the job interview when I was working corporate. That day, because I was asking 10,000 per month, I was wearing a suit. But only one day, the first day. It was obvious that the second day, when they hired me, the second day when I went to the office, I had a shirt, standard trousers. And I always had like comfortable shoes. Never put those shoes like salespeople, this thing. Very comfortable. I don't care. And now I'm in Thailand, in pre-retirement, I had to wear a suit. And then they tell me, well, if you don't have experience, I don't know if it's better the suit or the experience. Because I don't know. Maybe the suit. Yeah, I wear a suit. I don't even know how, where to find it. I should go to Bangkok here and go into the Indian guys, but probably the shop is closed now, and ask him to make it for me, like I did several years ago when I was working corporate, because finding a suit of my size is not even easy. I mean, and I have to wear a suit because they tell me to wear a suit. But come on. We are talking about CCIE. What suit? The beauty of CCIE, as you can see in this video, is that gives you freedom. Like in my case, I'm in pre-retirement in Thailand at the age of 48. And I don't wear a suit. Even if people tell me to wear a suit, for what? Wear a suit. I don't. I like my green t-shirt because it's perfect. And outside there are 39 degrees, which I like. I have air conditioning everywhere here, but still I use a t-shirt. And I use shorts, not a suit. I don't need, because I'm free, a free person. And there's nothing better to be free to wear what you want. I don't need to wear a suit. And the students will join the company even if I have the green t-shirt. Why? Because we offer the best CCIE training available in the world. And that's why they join our program. We know that we are not cheap like the others, but again, who cares? Apart from the fact that also the others don't wear suits. They are cheap, they give you some information that don't work, but they don't wear suit either. And I don't know anyone in this environment who wear a suit, so I don't even need to talk too much about the suit. I need to talk about the experience, because I keep hearing this also from people that I wouldn't expect. Because it's a big misunderstanding. But I think I explained very well. So what you need is knowledge. You need to have knowledge and know-how. If you know to answer this question, they ask you this question, you answer this, and you are in a job interview, well, I don't see the reason why they shouldn't give you a job. I never heard. They go there, you have your presentation, and you present yourself with a suit. Yeah, you have to go with a suit, not me. Yeah, you have to go. And you go with a suit, you get your job if you answer this question. That's the thing. And this is how it works. If you know your stuff, the market will give you a reward. Because the market wants people, they know their stuff. You need to know your stuff. You need to be prepared. And there's no shortcut. This is something you need to understand. There's no shortcut. And too many people look for shortcuts. We know how they pass the exam, and then they scream at the market. And they start saying, I have a master's degree. I have the certifications. Why they don't give me a job? It's so unfair. It's not unfair. You need to know these things. If you don't know these, no one will give you a job. They want to know if you know this. Then, honestly, you can find also people, they don't even want you to know this. You'll find people, they really want to start, they really want you to start, and they will teach you. But in this environment, at the moment, honestly, you don't have excuses. You need to know something. Because the technology goes so fast, you can see, you really need to have a basics. But to do that, what you need to do, you need to start. You need to start, and you need to build foundations, and then you can learn more things every day on top of your foundations. But you can change. If you are in another position, you want to make your change, and you want to work in IT, you can. If you hear someone tell you, it's impossible, you need experience, it's not true. I didn't have experience. I wasn't a qualified person. My degree at the university was history and philosophy. Can you believe that? History and philosophy. And then I realized, what am I doing with history and philosophy? I can't do anything. I need to do something in IT. Ah, sorry, you need experience. Sorry, I don't have, and I will work in IT. No, it's impossible. It's impossible, but I worked all my career in IT, and now, 48, I'm in pre-retirement in Thailand. Why? Because I didn't listen to people. They tell you that you need experience. You need to use your brain. You need to use your brain, and if you see confirmed this theory, like you hear 10 people telling you that you need experience, don't trust. Because there are 10 people telling you rubbish. Do 100 applications. And if the outcome of the 100 application is that you need experience, don't trust. Make 1,000 applications. And you'll see that at the end, you'll find a job. But you need this. And again, this is an example, can be anything. Can be BGP, like what we did today. They ask you, hey, configure for me BGP peer group. You don't know what is BGP. You don't know what is peer group. No way. You can't. You need to know. So if you want to know, if you start from zero, what you have to do, start the Zero to CCIE program with us straight away, also because in a few days we introduce the $1,000 entry fee for everybody. And we are not going to review this decision because we postponed already for so much. And this is the time that will apply to everyone. So if you make your decision now, you still have a week. You are waiving completely the $1,000 setup fee, and I have a special condition for you. So schedule a call with me. You start from zero. We teach you everything step by step. You study 1 hour per day when you want during the day, 5 days a week when you want, the day you want. And in 52 weeks, you arrive at CCIE. This means that 3 weeks mindset with me at the very beginning. Then you have 4 weeks CCNA, 5 weeks CCNP, 20 weeks CCIE theory, and 20 weeks CCIE lab. Step by step, before the end of the program, you are already in corporate working, and you will have a laugh at people that tell you that you need experience. You need to know this stuff. Those people don't know this stuff, and that's why are unable to find a job. So don't trust them. Start learning this. And start learning this today. Schedule a call with me and start right now. Thanks.